Hello everyone and welcome to Darkfall Lost Souls, otherwise known as Darkfall 3, and as I've been told many times by many different people, this is the best game in the trilogy. In fact, this is the reason I started playing the Darkfall series to begin with. It was to get to this point, to get to this game, because I've heard so many good things about it, but I didn't want to jump in halfway through the series and play this game, because, well, that's not my thing. That's not my style. I wanted to know what happened up until this point, so I went right back to the very beginning, and I played through Darkfall 1, The Journal, and Darkfall 2, Lights Out. And along the way, I found they were both pretty good point-and-click adventure games. One was more horror-focused, while the second one, it felt was more sci-fi. But it seems that in this third game, we're actually going back to The Journal in many more ways than one, because this game is going to focus more on the horror side of things, plus we're actually going back to Dowerton, back to the Station Hotel, back to those areas that I know and love, to revisit and re-explore those areas. So yeah, this should be fun. Really do hope you enjoy it. This will be a blind playthrough, but not this first part, and I'll let you know what I mean as soon as I start a new game. Hope you enjoy it. If you do, let me know. Here we go. This is Darkfall Lost Souls. Quite a strange start, I'll admit. Sounds like someone's being choked. Okay. Right, yes, we have mail, or a text message, it's one of the two. From Echo to the Inspector. And that's me, I'm the Inspector. You are not alone, I am near. There you go. Alright. Hopefully you can see the phone and you can see the items at the bottom of the screen this time. I actually tried recording a blind playthrough of this game yesterday, but unfortunately, unbeknownst to me, the recording software broke about 5 or 6 minutes in, so for the majority of the gameplay I was doing, I was just talking to myself for no reason. So that means in this video I'm going to go over what I did yesterday, and hopefully it's going to be recording properly. Right, okay, so here we go again, at least in my case. So let's see, where do we start? I suppose let's have a look at the items down here to start with. We have a bottle of vodka. We also have some clozapine drugs for the Inspector. As you can see, it's kind of strange that I don't have any other name. And we also have this note here, so let's give it a read. I blame you. I always will. You destroyed all hope of finding Amy. I hope you rot in hell. You can never know how much damage your lies and fabrications have caused this family. Right, so, yeah, obviously not my biggest fan. Alright. But what we need to do right now is we need to get our light out. And we don't actually have a lantern or a flashlight, but we do have this on our phone. There you go. Alright, now I'm going to need to pick this leg up. It's the leg of a mannequin. Tiny little one. And that goes down there. Right. Okay, so I guess, you know, this is the same sort of gameplay as the first two games, but it is a little bit different, it seems, because in every screen we can actually look up and we can actually look down, and it does seem that looking up and down is absolutely necessary to progress. So exploring and, you know, sort of covering all the areas will take a lot longer than it would have done in Darkfall 1, for instance. But right now what we need to do is we actually need to turn right, look past all these shopping trolleys of mannequins, and see that we have a mattress with Mr. Bones by the side of it. But let's have a look at the mattress, and let's have a look at these newspaper articles. Here we go, the Dowerton Messenger. So, still missing. Amy Haven still missing after 5 years. This bonfire night marks the disappearance of Amy Haven 5 years ago. Little Amy vanished from the play area in Dowerton on her 11th birthday. Several leads have arisen over the passing years. They include the strange case of Mr. Bones, arrested by the inspector heading the case. That'll be me. But released following the expose by this very paper, that all evidence was planted or faked. So, yeah, sounds like I'm a bit of a dick in this game. The inspector was suspended in a blaze of publicity and never returned to policing. It's the story on page 13. Unfortunately, we don't get to see that, but we do get to read another little article down here. A bizarre new trend is threatening peace in Dowerton. Local teenagers state that they have seen Amy many times around the play area and the deep woods that flank that side of town. "She watches us from the trees," said one youth, refusing to be named and hidden beneath the hood. "People think she's dead, but we've all seen her." The woods are thought to lead to the old train station and hotel, closed since 1947. Local police have stated that an unhealthy interest in the paranormal and the satanic are to blame for the terrifying crime rate, increasing for the last 5 years. And there you go. I don't think I actually take this with me, but there's something underneath it that I do want to grab. And it will be the other leg of this mannequin. So there you go. And I believe that's it. I don't think I picked up anything else yesterday. We've got some cans, other newspaper articles, a very grimy mattress, but that is that. So let's back away from that. And now I think we have to turn right. That's it. Okay, right. Now we have a little bit of a puzzle to do with these pieces of the missing poster. We have to put them all together like a jigsaw. Now let's see. It should say Dowerton... Here we go. I think it says Dowerton Police. So let's get that right side done. Dowerton Police. Something like that, yeah? Okay. Missing. Yep. So yes, we are not really covering the same story that we did in the journal, it seems. It's going to be really quite different, which I'm quite glad about, to be honest, because, well, my biggest fear was that this was going to be sort of like Evil Dead 2 was to Evil Dead 1. It was just going to be a slightly different version of the journal, like a better looking version, you know? But that doesn't seem to be the case. Right, that goes down there, over there, and the final part. There you go. And that I did take with me. It's all focused on Amy, it seems. We have a card down here to Amy, and it says, "Poor Amy, it wasn't me. It wasn't your Mr. Bones. I'm your friend, your only friend. I could never hurt you. They know that now. Where are you, little Amy? My thoughts are with you this bonfire night." And there you go. Now we have to open this box. This is another change in the gameplay. Instead of just merely clicking on some things, it seems that we have to sort of swipe left or right or wiggle them around or something like that. We have to treat them like physical objects, so this needs to slide to the left, so we need to drag it all the way over to the left. Like that. And inside, it's not quite as bad as it looks, believe me. It's actually just a little baby mannequin, and we need to give it some legs. There you go. Alright. Yeah. Not quite as bad as it looks when it's in the box. But we're taking that with us. I'm still not entirely sure why. I didn't find a use for this yesterday, but who knows, I might today. Just like the previous two games, if you have any ideas of what I should do with all these items, please let me know, because, well, I'm going to collect quite a few, and I don't really have a clue what to do with a lot of them, so let's see. I think that's pretty much it, to be perfectly honest. We've got some Lucifer lights down here, these matches, and a lot of unlit candles, but we don't need to do anything with that. Right. Okay, check out the fingers pointing in this direction. That's where we need to go. If we look to the left, we can actually see, yeah, it looks like more graffiti of this Mr. Bones. So I think Mr. Bones isn't like this guy's actual name. It might be like a tag. Some sort of graffiti artist like Banksy. I'm not sure. But yeah, let's follow the fingers and let's go down the tunnel and continue towards Dowerton. Right, bit of a blockage up ahead. We can look through. And we can bash on the metal, but we still can't get through. But if we look down here, there is a bit of a gap, and we can crawl under. Right, now... Oh. Or maybe that wasn't us bashing on the metal. Shit, okay. Even though I've played this bit before, I got that bit wrong. Right. I think we can have a look through here, can't we? Yes. Yet more mannequins. All facing the wall, all hands behind their back, just waiting to be handcuffed. And I think that's for me. Right. But unfortunately, we can't seem to move this out of the way. So what we're going to have to do is just back away. Of course, the inspector's okay. We know from playing the journal, you know, that happens occasionally around this tunnel. So, yeah. Nothing to fear. And here we are. If I just turn around, what we're looking at is we're looking at Dowerton train station and the station hotel. We're home! Right. Now let's see. What did I do to start with? What I'm trying to do in this video is condense what I did in about 50 minutes into about 15 or 20. So I know I have to go, I think, to where the toilets were, if you remember. Oh, that's right. Another text message. What does this one say? I'm still not sure who Echo is, by the way. Anyway. Do you remember this place? Yes. Yes, I do. Think hard. I don't need to. I really don't. Alright. There you go. Right, yeah, I think if I go left, I don't think I can actually climb up on the platform on this side of things. No, it doesn't seem so. But if I go over to the right, I can. So, let's see. Yeah, up here. And what we're actually trying to do right now is we're actually trying to put the power back on. To do that, we need to find some fuses. I think we need to find 3, and I think actually one of them is like... Is it down here? Yes, I think it's in this bucket. Yeah, there you go. There's the first of the 3 fuses that I need to find. Alright? Brilliant. As well as the 3 fuses, there's some other things that I need to find as well. So let me just back away. Now, I'm just trying to remember what I did yesterday. I'm trying to replicate that. Let's see if we can get back into the sort of ticket office area. But as you can see, using the door is not an option. So what I need to do is actually climb through this window here. But of course, to do that, I need to get this metal out of the way. And to do that, I need to drag it to the left.
Just a bit more. Just a bit more.
There you go.
Almost there.
Through the window. And we're in. And as you can see, it's changed ever so slightly. Right, so let's see. Yeah, right. If I go to the right, I'll be able to see a ticket machine that I actually used back in Darkfall 1, the journal. It's moved a little bit, but I need to have a look at it again to borrow its handle. There you go. So that's been added to my collection. We'll be using that in a moment. I don't think we need to buy any tickets or anything. If we do, I have no idea how we do it. Also, if we try to get to that office over there, something happens. Right. Unfortunately, because this ghost is in the way, we can't actually move any further. We can't go to the station staff office or go over to there where the telephones were or anything like that. So, yeah, we just have to go back. I guess we'll come back later. Still not exactly sure what he's saying. I think it was, who are you to begin with, but yeah. Right. That would lead to the sort of bridge that goes over to the other platform, but again, we can't get to it. And I'm wondering actually if it's because of the power. I know how to get the power on, but I haven't played, you know, beyond that, so maybe I'll come back here after that, I'm not sure. Anyway, to the left, we have that sort of waiting area where we found all that stuff from my brother last time in Darkfall 1. It seems in this game, we can't actually get to the waiting room at all, unfortunately. Right, now I don't think there's anything else to find in here. At least not right now, so let's leave, let's go out the window. Ugh, it's such a shame that that first recording didn't go so well. Yeah, it really is, but right, let's see. Where are the other fuses? Well, I tell you what, let's go to the other platform. I know we have to get up there, so what we have to do is jump back down onto the tracks, and we have to jump across. Or, I suppose, walk up these fence posts. And, yeah, let's head left. Let's go this way. Oh, that's right. Ah. She's humming the theme to the previous game.
Are you still looking for me, Inspector?
Yep. Even though I'm seeing you as a ghost right now, I'm thinking you're dead, I'm still looking for you. Maybe you can be saved. Maybe. We've got a toolbox over here, and I think in the toolbox we're going to find the second of the 3 fuses, so there you go. I think that's about it. Yeah, as you can see, we can't go any further. Just looking at this toolbox. I mean, that's all we can do. I think there was something else out here. Oh, yeah, if I turn to the right, it seems that there's this very large area that I can have a look at, like all the way over here. And what we need to do is we're looking at this sort of like signals, I think, these old signals, and it says DT942. I don't know if this is important. It probably will be, so I have written that down. So, yeah, there you go. DT942. That's the only thing we can have a look at, it seems. Right. Okay. Now, where's that third fuse? I actually can't remember. I only played this yesterday. Let's go back down. There's a couple of other things. Let's head towards the station hotel. Ah, there you go. Yeah, I actually can't go any further. Again, I think maybe because it's a power issue? Well, I'm not sure. What I do know is that if I look down... yeah, it's getting kind of cold, as you can see. If I look down, there's something right at the foot of the steps. Here, yeah. Check this out. Do I move it left or right? I think it's right, yes. There's The Tale of 4 Sisters by Edmund Gruel. So there you go. I think that might have been the book that he was reading in The Lost Crown. I'm not sure, though. And it's about Ashley. Ashley was returning home, but night had ready fallen. She must creep through the darkest woods where the tawny owl was calling. But something else did dwell there. In amongst the thorns, a frightful fiend of olden times, known to owl and fawn. It leapt upon poor Ashley. She didn't stand a chance. The creature tore about her, tearing off her arms. Ashley never returned to her home. Her sisters were distraught, for they would never know the truth of the evil she had fought. And I know it says The Tale of 4 Sisters, but it seems that in this edition, we only get the tale of Ashley, and we can forget about the other 3. So, yeah. And again, I don't think we take that with us. No, we're just going to leave that right under there, under that stone, which is kind of strange. Okay. What else was there? Oh, yeah. If you remember in Darkfall 1, there was a hole in this fence. Well, which is still here. Yeah, it's over there. That would lead to the shed and the sort of cavern area, right? But it seems that in this game, that is not an option. We're not actually going any further. Back to the shed, to the garage, or anything. Bit of a shame. Right. Okay. Now what I need to do, I think, is go over here to this sort of buffet area. As you can see, what I'm doing right now is zigzagging all over the platforms because I can't actually walk directly there because of these, I think they might be stinging nettles or plants or whatever they are anyway. So, yeah, we have to sort of zigzag across the place, on and off the tracks all the time. But here we are. Right, so there's a couple of interesting things. One is this rapier, yeah, rapier cigarettes. It seems that I can use something here. It looks like a coin slot to me, so I guess we need to find some money. And I neglected to bring my wallet. I just brought some vodka instead and drugs. Did I try this last time? Do they fit? No, unfortunately they don't fit. Never mind. But it seems, yeah, at some point we're going to need to find some cigarettes. But here we are. It seems we can't get into the buffet area because this door is chained up and padlocked. And again, I need to use something. Whether it's a key, or whether it's like a sledgehammer, or something to break the lock or the chain, I'm not sure. But, yeah, what I've got now is not going to work. Again, if you have any hints and tips you want to swing my way, it would go a long way to helping me beat this game. Right, I think that's actually the end of the line. We've just got more missing posters, and well, we don't need any more of those. Oh, shit, yeah. I remember where the last fuse is now. It's actually right near the toilets. So, let's head back over there. So, yeah, back over here. Now, the thing I'm not too sure about in this game... I mean, I like looking up and down, and I like swiveling my head around. It makes the place feel more 3D, but... You know, for instance, right now, where I want to go to the toilets, it takes quite a long time just to click through all these screens. Unlike when I was playing through the Journal or Lights Out, when you could just sort of almost walk there if you knew where to click. So yeah, exploring is definitely going to take more time than it would in the previous games. So yeah, through here. Okay, I'll be coming back to this area in a moment, but not quite yet. Right, okay, so we have the ladies, and we have the gents. Unfortunately, it seems the gents we can't get to. And this is what we need to get into. This sort of like electrical substation. But as you can see, there's a hefty box right in front of the door. So we need to remove the box. So we're going to do that in a moment. Right, I think in this toolbox we're going to find the last fuse. At least I hope so. Yes! Oh, and something else as well. Ah! Right, yeah, I forgot about that. Right, what is that? It's like a handle or something, it seems. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Right. Now, what do I need to do? Can I do it yet? No, I think I actually need to go into the ladies. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember everything I did yesterday. So, yeah, we go into the ladies. And, we have to inspect one of the toilets. Yeah, this one here. And no, I don't know what that is. Right, hang on. There you go. Yeah, we're going to need that. So let's pick that up. Alright. We're already collecting quite a lot of items. And as you can see, we're going to have maybe more than one page. So we can sort of scroll through them. But yes, I think with that I can actually do what I need to do. So let's leave, I think. Oh yes, what does that say? And to him was given the key to the bottomless pit. There you go. And by the way, I should just let you all know that I do still have that sheet of paper that I was using to write down all the hints and tips from Darkfall 1, the journal, so just in case we need them, I do have Lussa, Kaz, Oliviak, Frenic, Morkana, Timer, Malice, Larsus, Ulcus, Mortem, Ixiom, and Raka. So, yeah. It might come in handy, it might not, I'm not entirely sure, but there you go. Right. Okay, let's go back to the trains, but not to the tracks, because I think we need to turn left. This is where we saw Amy, and I think, in hindsight, she was kind of giving us a clue as to what we need to do next. We need to have a look at this. Okay, and I think that thing I just picked up, that goes in there. Alright. Okay, and I think that handle that I picked up also goes in there, so we're using two items here. And what we need to do, again, treating it like a physical object, we need to sort of drag this down to drag the rope down. And of course, by dragging the rope down here, it's going to pull the rope up over there. And I think we need to do it like 3 or 4 times, and we can get to where we need to go. A little bit more. Come on. Come on. That's so weird. You see my hand go from right to left. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, when it's high enough, I think this will sort of... Right, that comes across, that clasps it, it sort of locks it in position. And, yep, I can't play with this anymore, so I think we're actually done. Let's back away. We should be able to get inside. Right. Let me remind you that this took me about 50 minutes last time, so you're just seeing a very condensed version. This is kind of a mercy, I suppose. I don't like the way that sounds. I really don't. But yeah, let's head inside and mess with the fuse box. Right. Right, yeah, what we need to do is we need to look to the left, because there's something right next to this Dorsetshire Electrical Company sign that we need to pick up. It's a light bulb. There you go. And you know what? I think we take a map as well. If we take... Yes, we take a map. Okay, so let's have a look at the map. So here we are. Yep, so we're at the sort of power station over here, near the West Tunnel. As you can see, there are many areas that seem to be sort of off-limits in this game. So the waiting room, it looks like we're never going back to the waiting room again. The buffet area should be available. The bar in the hotel, the toilets in the hotel, the kitchen area and the sort of diner, they seem to be off-limits. But there are no X's on all of the hotel rooms, so we're probably allowed to go inside the hotel and explore all the rooms. Probably. Anyway, there you go. Right, I don't think there's anything else to find on the shelf. Not right now, at least. So we got the bulb. Let's spin around, do a 180. And let's insert the bulb into its slot. Over there. It's quite dark. Kind of hard to see, but it's over here. So let's see. It goes over... There you go. And again, we need to pull this down. There you are. Okay, now with the light on, we can see a little bit more, obviously. And we can see what we need to play with. Oh yeah. Was there something over here? I can't remember. Oh yeah, these books. I think we can have a look at most of these. I think they all show various parts of the station. They're like kind of blueprints, and like this was like a window, I guess. I guess this was just a safe area to store them, just in case they needed to use them later on. It seems to be a roof, yeah. There you go. Nothing we can pick up, nothing that seems to be very important, but maybe it is. Maybe you know something that I don't. Please let me know down below in the comments. But here we are. Dorsetshire Electrical Company fuse box. And as you can see, all the fuses are completely fucked. So let's drag them out of the way. And let's replace them with the good ones. Oh, come on. Right, so that goes there. No, put the map down. There you go. Alright, I guess that's number 1. And this will be number 2. Right, and this is actually a handle. And this is why we needed this. Alright, now we just lift it up. And power is restored. And there you have it. That is what took me about 50 minutes to do yesterday, so you really are seeing the condensed version this time. Right, now I think this is probably a suitable place for me to say thank you very much for watching part 1 of Darkfall 3 Lost Souls. From here on in, part 2 onwards, it's going to be a blind playthrough, and I've got a few items that I don't know what to do with. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments down below, alright? Next time, we'll see what happens now the power is on. See you then. Quite a strange start, I'll admit. Right. Okay. Now, where's that third fuse? I actually can't remember. I only played this yesterday. Yeah, this one here. And no, I don't know what that is. A little bit more. Come on. Come on. That's so weird. You see my hand go from right to left. I don't know why it's doing that. And as you can see, all the fuses are completely fucked.